Welcome back everybody to Six Flicks Productions. Thank you very much for tuning in. In today's video, we're going to be looking at a brand new V-mount battery by ZGCine. It is the ZG-V99 V-mount battery. It's a small, compact V-mount battery that's going to allow us to power our content creation, our camera equipment, our lighting, our camera monitors, and so much more. So stay tuned. In this video, I'm going to share with you guys some of the specs, and I'd like to share it today with you in this video. So as you can see here, the box is nicely packaged. You can see that it has a nice logo. Overall, the appearance just looks great. The color combination of the black and orange, in general, it kind of did catch my eye. And I just wanted to point out some of these features that are just listed here on the side of the box. For an example, overcharge protection, overheat protection, short circuit protection, and along with overcharge protection. So having a look here at the side of the box, it's going to list out some of these specs for us. Again, the model ZG-V99 V-mount battery for video camera, photography and videography, lights, and much more equipment that we're going to be able to use. The input power, we have a bunch of different inputs, and for an example, the input power, we have 40 watts maximum and a PD of 20 volts. It also supports PD, PPS, and SCP. The capacity of this battery is 99 watt hours at 14.8 volts, 6,800 milliamp hours. It has a USB-A output, which can output at 5 volts at 2.6 amps, or it can also output at 9 volts at 2 amps or 12 volts at 2 amps. It also has a D-tap input and a D-tap output. So we're going to be able to charge it via the D-tap, and we can also supply power to our equipment via the D-tap. The D-tap has a 16.8 volts at 3 amps and 14.8 volts at 13 amps maximum. It also has a USB-C output. The USB-C output can supply 5 volts at 2.6 amps or 9 volts at 2 amps or 12 volts at 2 amps or 20 volts at 2 amps. The BP input and output, which basically means that we're going to be able to power and charge via the BP, the USB-C output. And if we're going to be doing that, it offers us a 16.8 volts at 3 amps or 14.8 volts at 13 amps maximum. We do have the dimensions listed here as well, 110 millimeter by 75 millimeter by 56 millimeter, which is very nice and compact. The weight of this V-mount battery is only 550 grams, which again, it is small and compact and lightweight, but it does pack a punch. The temperature of this battery rating can be anywhere from -20 degrees Celsius all the way up to 55 degrees Celsius. The maximum charging time is 3.5 hours. Again, it is compatible, as it says here, with mobile phones, video cameras, high-powered LED lights, monitors, electric slide rails, and other digital equipment. So let's just jump right into it and unbox this V-mount battery, the V99. So guys, right here, right out of the box, you can see that we have the owner's manual just resting here on top. Again, going through this owner's manual, it's going to tell us all the information that we need to know about the V-mount battery, what we need to charge it with, and what kind of outputs, how many volts, how many amps, and overall just how to care for the product in general. Alright, so let's go ahead and see what else comes included with this V-mount battery kit. So I just removed this white cardboard box over here, and inside this box we're going to actually have 2 cables. These 2 cables are going to be able to be used for charging our equipment or powering our equipment. So you can see right here, this first cable that I'm removing out of the packaging is a USB-A to a USB-C. The length of the cables are approximately 2 feet long. The cables do have a nice orange color and a nice rubbery kind of texture. They don't feel like any cheap cables. They feel nice and durable. So again, that is the USB-A to USB-C cable. Let's go ahead and unpackage this one, and as you see, this cable looks very similar, but it is the USB-C to USB-C, and it is approximately the same length, about 2 feet or so. Nice durable cable that's going to help us keep our camera rig nice and tidy and nice and neat. And let's jump right into it. The V-mount battery itself, the V99 by ZGCine. Right here in my hand, you can see the size of it in my hand. It's nice and compact, and we're going to go ahead and look at this beautiful display screen. I'm very impressed to see that this V-mount battery has a display screen, and we can go ahead and turn it on simply by just holding to that little button there onto the left hand side for a few seconds, and it's going to go ahead and turn on the display screen, which is going to show us how much battery is remaining. So now that we know how to turn on the display screen and we know how much battery percentage we have, let's take a look at some of these inputs and outputs over here. So on the right hand side, you can see I just removed this little orange cover. This is the DTAP output along with the DTAP input. So we can therefore charge the battery via the DTAP, or we can also power our equipment via the DTAP. As we turn the battery around, you can see that we do have a nice metal V-lock mounting plate over here that's just going to simply mount onto our equipment if you have a V-mount locking plate or mounting plate. At the bottom of the V-mount battery, we do have a BP charging port, which is going to allow us to basically install this on a V-mount battery plate, and now we can actually if we have a V-mount battery plate, we can even have now more options to power and output our equipment. So if you don't have a V-mount battery plate, that would be a great accessory to add to this V-mount battery. So right here above the button that's going to turn on our display screen, we also have the PD input. This is going to be able to charge the battery at a fast charge at 44 watts. PD input is just a great feature about this battery because not only can we charge it via the DTAP, we can also fast charge it via the PD input. And again, we can use the cables that are supplied to do that. And as I mentioned, the recommended charger to use is the Anker 45 watt PD USB-C charger or the Anker 65 watt PD USB charger. Looking over here at the top of the V-mount battery, we do have 2 more output ports, and over here on the left hand side you can see that I have the regular USB-A output, and that's going to be able to supply power to our equipment if needed. And right beside that, again protected by this orange cover, we do have another USB-C. It also has an OLED display, real-time displaying of battery information. The output stability is pure copper metal contact, make the output and conductive better, more stable. Support multiple devices to use at the same time, support charging while working function, large capacity, long lasting battery life. Import high quality batteries, perfect performance to ensure the safe work of the battery pack. Smart and security, with multiple protection functions to prevent overcharge, over discharge, over current, over voltage, overheating, short circuit, overpower, and so on. With recoverable short circuit protection function, effectively protect the battery and your equipment, prevent accidents. So as far as caring for your battery, it says if the battery is not used for a long time, it says charge the battery to half full state and place it in a dry and ventilated place and check every 6 months. Batteries should be stored in a clean, dry, and ventilated environment. Avoid contact with corrosive substance. Also be away from fire and heat sources. The store temperature should be anywhere between -5 degrees Celsius to positive 35 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity is 75% room humidity. The battery should be packed into boxes for transportation. During transportation, it should prevent violent vibration, impact, and prevent sun and rain. It can be transported by vehicle, trains, ships, airplanes and other means of transportation. So that reminds me, I plan to be taking this battery with me when I travel on a plane. Overall guys, I'm very pleased and impressed with this battery. I'm gonna go ahead and continue to use this battery, and I want to share with you guys in some more upcoming videos. So if you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, let me know down in the comment section down below. Again, this battery is brand new to me. I'm gonna go ahead and continue to use it, get more familiar with it, and I want to share with you guys my experiences with using this battery over the next few weeks and months. So stay tuned, like the video if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you want to subscribe, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys on the next one.